What's up, everybody? My name is Noah, and welcome back to some more Heroes of the Storm free-to-play content. Today, we are going to be playing Johanna, who's on free rotation this week. Johanna is one of my favorite tanks in the game by far. I think she's my second most played character on my main account. While she's not exactly in the most absolutely dominant position as she was a few months ago, she's still a super solid tank that's really going to work in a lot of team compositions. And with the recent price reduction of her to only 4,000 gold, I would highly recommend newer players or players just looking to pick up a tank to pick her up, because she's very forgiving to play but still has a big impact on your team. But before we dive in, we're going to talk a little bit about the balance patch that was just released today. I just saw the notes for the first time when I opened the client. In addition, I am going to link those notes in the description box of this video if you haven't seen them and want to check them out yourself. There's a lot of small adjustments, primarily to assassins, coming this time. Stuff like Falstad getting little damage buffs, Jaina and Kael'thas getting reduction on basic attack damage. But there's probably three characters that I'm going to say are receiving the most change, and that's going to be Kael'thas, Rhaegar, and Diablo. In Kael'thas' case, he's seeing a lot of nerfs across the board, especially to his utility, with Gravity Lapse's stun being reduced from 1.5 to 1 second, and Phoenix's cooldown being raised from 40 to 60 seconds. I don't know if that's enough to make Pyroblast really a viable option as a heroic ability for him, but it's definitely going to bring him down from still being like a standby to the assassin meta that we see right now. Well, I mean, with that being said, we'll also probably see some nerfs to Li Ming relatively soon after they've gathered some more data on her. For Rhaegar, who was substantially reworked in the last patch, we're seeing a little bit of a nerf to his Lightning Shield build, which really came out as super dominant and allowed him to really put out just kind of melee assassin level damage while still being a competent main support. So it looks like they're scaling that back, which is going to open up his talent options a little bit. And finally is Diablo, who is taking a very minor nerf to one of his Fire Stomp traits, but the reality is that's just the first of what's probably going to be a few nerfs to him, since he is right now, I think, the highest win rate warrior in the game, and even after the synergy with Tyrande got knocked out a little bit by her nerfs, he's still pretty much top of the heap. But anyway, if you want to read those notes for yourself or learn a little bit more, make your own judgments, as I said, I'm going to have them linked in the description box below this video. But apart from that, let's see if we can take Johanna into victory, and I will see you guys after the jump.
The crusade calls. Choose a talent.
Okay guys, we are zoning in on Cursed Hollow. Always a good standby map. Level 1, I'm going to take Knight Takes Pawn, even after how it got nerfed a few months ago. It's still basically the only level 1 talent for Johanna. And let's take a look real quick at our team comps. Myself is Johanna, Arthas, the Butcher, Lili, and Kael'thas versus Li Ming, Tychus, Lili, Vala, and Johanna. I got a little caught up because there's a lot of Lees in there. So, pretty standard match. Hopefully my teammates won't get too wrecked by the Li Ming. I'm going to solo center lane. Well, apparently our Butcher is a little bit distracted right now. I'm going to take center lane. This isn't a super gank-prone map, but being that I'm a very experienced Johanna player, I know that I can just kind of hold down center lane no matter what. Butcher is awake now, and not sure where he's going. He's going to come to center lane also. I think that Arthas should probably be fine down there. Just going to go in there, drop my Knight Takes Pawn. Poke at the enemy Vala a little bit. She's not going to be able to do anything to me. Not really much you can do against a Johanna in the early levels. Well, I'm just going to keep her blinded and keep pushing this lane. Early game Johanna, you have a lot of power as far as wave clear with Knight Takes Pawn, and later with Eternal Retaliation, which I'm going to be picking up. Got Butcher in here with me for some reason. They have a solo lane here. It looks like the enemy Johanna and Lili are at bottom, so I'm going to suggest our Butcher take bot. So he can help out the Arthas a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to need any help here, but, well, Butcher's doing the opposite, and he's going to top lane instead, probably to try and get a gank off on the Li Ming. Which is fine, but I'm just forced to sit here and kind of hold down this lane, which is really what I do best as Johanna, since my mana costs are so low and my ability to wave clear is so much higher than anyone else. As you can see, this Vala is having to spend a lot more mana than me to clear these waves. And even then, it's not working. I'm still pushing her back really hard. Looks like Butcher's gank attempt was unsuccessful, and he's going to be hearthing back right now. Let me take a look up here. Yeah, it looks like they're just kind of trying to get a gank off on the Tychus or the Li Ming. But if they're smart, that's probably not going to happen. So, right now we're just playing the waiting game. It looks like Arthas is maintaining pretty well against that double threat in bottom lane. But, oh, now that Butcher has hearthed back, he is taking bottom like I recommended. So hopefully they should be able to stem the tides a little bit there. Going to be taking, as I said, Eternal Retaliation at level 4. With Johanna, I typically take a little bit of a hybrid build as the first tribute is spawning and I begin to move there. I tend to go with what the pros go, which is a heavily condemn-based build, but usually instead of battle momentum, I end up taking Crusade Marches On, just for my own safety a little bit. And let's see if we can do something against this Tychus. Yes, we can. We take that kill, and Kael'thas is currently channeling, but he is going to get distracted by Miss Vala coming from the mid lane. I'm just going to try and push her off a little bit. She's not going to be able to kill me, especially with my Lily right there. But it looks like she's going to give it an effort. And there we go. I managed to get the kill on the enemy Vala. Now I'm in a little bit of a tight spot because this Li Ming is here. And, yep, that's going to be a death for me, unfortunately. Not sure what happened there. I don't know why, the Butcher and Arthas did not come up to assist, but we lost that first tribute. I thought that I would be able to get the surprise on the Li Ming, but her burst is just too fast, and my healer had dipped out.
Of course.
As you can see by my typing, I don't really like it when people get super negative when they lose the first tribute on Cursed Hollow. It's not really a big deal. There's a lot of times on Cursed Hollow, in fact, where you're going to deliberately want to lose the first tribute and maybe just delay it in order to get some pushing done in other lanes. It looks like there's some sort of big engagement going on top. We do manage to secure a kill on the enemy Tychus, and I'm going to push into this gate a little bit just to get a minion wave going so that we'll get some pressure on these gates, which are almost out of ammo, while we attempt to channel the second tribute. I'm going to ping for assistance here. It looks like 2 of the enemy team are bot lane, so this should be pretty even. As I said before, I'm taking Crusade Marches On just to increase the amount of time that I am able to actually use that that iron skin that I love so much. And we do manage to get the second tribute, the first for our team, with no interference from the enemy team. I think they just decided to drop that one. It does look like they're going to go for the kill here, but it looks like the enemy Johanna is showing up as well, but they're going to be able to get that Tychus no problem. The problem is the Li Ming that's showing up right now, so I'm just trying to push her off and keep everyone safe. Not sure why this Johanna is trying to come in. I just really want them all to leave so that I don't have to do this and lose soak, but I am the tank, so unfortunately I have to be up here. And, well, we can probably get a kill on this Johanna, surprisingly enough. Oh, nope. She might be a little bit too fast. I'm going to ping everyone to back up. It would have been funny if the boss trigger there had actually managed to kill the enemy Johanna, but it looks like nothing that cool is going to happen today. It looks like the towers down here are out of ammo, though, so if I just come in real quick, I should be able to, without too much trouble, take down this mid-wall, but that might not be the best action because we have yet another tribute spawning. No one has actually picked up this watchtower, so I'm just going to scoot over there and pick that up. Lily, what you doing? Well, getting attacked by Tychus, apparently. Arthas is currently channeling the tribute, so I'm going to come up here and just kind of push anyone that wants to come in here and interfere away. Yep, here they're all coming, so my whole purpose there is just to secure the tribute for our team, and now that that's been done, I'm going to be heading out. Ooh, Butcher, I don't know about this move right here, but we do manage to get a kill on the enemy Vala, and we should, without too much trouble, be able to pick up a kill on the enemy Tychus as well. All we need is one last hit on. Come on, Butcher. Oh, yes, he does manage to get it. And I need to scoot right out of there using my iron skin in order to protect myself. Butcher just barely managing to get away from that very bad situation we kind of unwittingly walked into there. This is a little bit too much heat even for me right now, so I am just going to back up, head back to base, and then return to mid lane. There's really nothing to fight for here, but it looks like we're probably going to score a kill on the enemy Johanna. Or perhaps not. It seems like she did Iron Skin at the right time. Did she manage to get beyond the gate? Yes, she did. Lily also narrowly escaping death there. Right now we're in a good position. We're up 1 tribute and up a full level on the enemy team. We're going to have ultimates in tow for the next tribute. So, all things considered, I think we're doing pretty well. We lost that early tribute, but didn't really have a tremendously detrimental effect on what was going on. Well, it looks like everyone's just kind of trading blows bottom lane right now. The problem is we have the enemy Johanna right here, who I'm just going to need to try and push off as best I can. Fortunately, I have Kael'thas here in tow. The real issue, though, is that this Johanna can sustain so long and is probably going to be able to poke us off again. But with both of us channeling, we're going to secure that curse. As you can see, at level 10, I picked up Blessed Shield, which, despite what we saw in the, threw it at her when she was under Iron Skin, we do manage to take out Lily in the bottom lane. Not sure what that whole confrontation is about down there. But anyway, as I was saying, picked up Blessed Shield. Despite what you saw last time when I was playing... Who was I playing? I was playing Lily last game, sorry about that. Where a Johanna took Falling Sword. Even though it's been buffed, Blessed Shield is just going to be more useful in basically every other circumstance. I like having Falling Sword as kind of a pinch hitter escape, kind of similar to ETC Stage Dive, but ultimately, does it do a lot for your team? I don't think so. Just going to push in here since everyone is distracted. Use my Condemn to take out those 1 health mercenaries. And it's looking like we're at full 2 levels up on the enemy team, who are just now picking up their ultimate abilities. I'm going to scoot right out because that Li Ming's there and I don't have any backup. And I'm going to rotate around to top lane, just see what I can do there. The curse is about to end, but we still have a pretty good set of minions up there that I can hopefully tank some tower shots for. Oh, wait, well, I'm not going to be taking tower shots for any minions, since those are the priority targets. But I can help take down that top wall. Lily going down again bot lane, perfectly fine for us. It just allows us to continue that push. Since the minions are targeting this Moonwell, I'm actually going to help out with that just so they start targeting the fort faster. I'm taking some shots from the tower, no big deal, but the enemy Johanna is coming up to try to stop me. Does not manage to suck me in with the Condemn because I had Iron Skin on, but she does use her Blessed Shield on me in a similar mistake that I just did earlier. Okay, so level 13, I'm going to take Subdue. Not the most popular trait, but one I really like because it definitely slows the enemies down to a crawl when you hit them with that Subdue. It's just great for picking up runners, just securing people in place after you've already used Condemn, stuff like that. I'm going to come down and help with this boss, which the friendly Kael'thas has initiated on. And this is probably pretty good timing, all things considered. We don't have anything really going on in the other lanes, so I'm just going to sit here and tank a little bit while the rest of the team gets stunned by the big purple circle. When you're taking a boss on Cursed Hollow, just always keep an eye on the mini-map and know kind of what's going on in terms of placement of the enemy team. Oh, please don't die, Butcher. There we go. We managed to secure that boss. Now, I'm going to pop down here and just start interfering with this a little bit. Just going to rush in here, drop my Condemn and my Subdue, and then my shield along with some Iron Skin. I get hit with a Water Dragon, but it doesn't matter because I had Iron Skin on, completely canceling out that little ultimate ability. The Water Dragon being a very, very curious choice for a solo healer, gotta say. And we're definitely going to secure the kill on both the Li Ming and the Lily there, which, along with this boss, means we should definitely push in and try to take out this Tychus. And it's looking like we're going to be able to, with the assistance of some body blocks, Syndragosa coming out. And actually, this is an opportunity where, with the assistance of the boss, we could probably take the keep and swing the direction of this match decidedly in our favor. It's looking like the enemy Johanna and Vala are just not paying attention to what's going on at all. We can definitely ignore this tribute in favor of taking this keep, and I'm just going to continue suggesting that to the friendly team. Looks like we're all on the same page here. The enemy Lily getting caught in, going to throw the Blessed Shield just to make sure she stays put, and she is taken out again. So I'm actually going to recommend we take this directly to the core. This might be another very short game, guys. You know, when you have the advantage, just always pressure. We managed to take out the enemy Li Ming. We have damage going on to the core, and yes, I believe this is going to be a very decisive win for our team, with Tychus going down yet again. Going to take imposing presence, but not that it really matters, because at less than 12 minutes into the game, we are going to win. Very solid performance on the part of basically everyone on my team. I was a little bit hesitant after seeing that first tribute where the Butcher and Arthas, I believe it was, did not come up to contest it, but it looks like kind of everyone got their ideas together and got their heads in the game, and it ended up really solid at the end of the day. Hitting level 4 and level 5, we're going to get another hero rotation slot, so that's pretty good. Let's check out the stats. I actually did not tank that much damage. I did take one death as a result of kind of a stupid but kind of inevitable engagement with Li Ming around the first tribute, but really not a big deal. I was actually the only person on our team to die, but as a tank, I'm going to call that a badge of honor. My XP contribution was the highest in the game on either the friendly or the enemy team, but tanking was actually outdone by Arthas, mostly because he was occupied a lot of the time in that bottom line dealing with those constant incursions from the enemy team, so he did the right thing there. Our Lili doing substantially more healing than the enemy Lili, and that's probably the responsibility of Jug of 1,000 Cups alone. No clue why the enemy Lili decided to go Water Dragon, but it was clearly not the right move. Definitely on our team, Arthas really did well. Kael'thas did extremely well, just putting out the damage that needed to be there. Butcher took care of tracking down the chasers. Overall, just really solid play. We might have had some smurfs on our team, or maybe the enemy team was just really bad. On the enemy team, Li Ming obviously topping out the damage charts. So, what went wrong for the enemy team? They were not responsive enough when we started pushing. As soon as they saw that boss, the enemy Johanna and Vala should have immediately hearthed back to base to put up a serious defense, but for some reason they decided not to, or they decided to come back, but far too late. I feel like this game is a really good proof of my whole theory that when you've got the pressure up and when you have a shot at the enemy core and all the stars are aligning just like they were at the end of that game, just immediately go for it. Don't worry about the objectives. Some teams would have pulled back and split up and tried to contest a tribute that would have led to nothing, but instead we stayed in there and we managed to pull a very fast and very decisive win against the enemy team. 17-1, I'm going to call that pretty solid, even if I did die once over the course of that game. So, that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe for more daily Heroes of the Storm content through this series. Also, feel free to check out the associated channel, Negligent Adventurers, where we do some co-op Let's Plays, some blind Let's Plays, and just have two people tackling games one at a time for your viewing pleasure. Anyway, my name is Noah. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the Nexus. Have a good one.